with Pastor Jay, and I have Christy B on the show today. And we're going to be talking about a new comedy club. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going to talk about that
It's
because we
time.
needed something like that here.
We
'cause
do.
people just drab.
Everybody needs to laugh.
Everybody needs to laugh. So this. Oh, can you get me a laughing thing off of YouTube?
You don't want us to do
I
the
need a
laugh track?
giggle. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. And maybe a couple
We can
different
make-
ones. And some giggles. We'll do that. And the only thing, Mark, is if my phone rings, I'm going to have to answer it because I'm waiting for a call from the VA.
Well, don't expect me to take over the radio show. If
Oh, that's
you're
okay.
on your
He'll just
phone. Be
pause. You are funny. Oh, that's a good one.
music to my ears.
Oh, goodness.
I love that. Room full of people laughing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man. My mother has quite the following. Kid you not.
Does she? I gotta find your mom on.
She's not on
Face-
social. She's
she's
not on.
not-
Mm-mm. She's on there, but she don't do nothing. I'm gonna send you some of my videos with her. She's crazy. You got a giggle, like a little stupid giggle. Let's see what happens. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Just those two. I'll let you know when we're going to use them. Okay, guys. I'm going to write your name down before I forget.
My name?
Yeah, because just because I know your name, I will forget.
I know. I already wrote yours down.
I do it all the time. As soon as I start recording, it's like, forgot.
I literally pointed at something the other day, and I was like, and I can't remember what it was, but my sister,
You frozen.
told me. I was like, how do I know what that is? It was
That's
weird.
funny.
It's happening.
It's happening. We need to do a whole show. You ready? I'm going to give you some show ideas, and you're going to think they're funny. I don't even know what they are
I
yet.
got my
I'm going to make it
notes.
up. I'm going to make it up as we go along. All right.
You are now tuned in to Today with Pastor Jay on WNZF News Radio, where we discuss inspiring and informative news. And now here's your host, Pastor Jerlyn Denny.
Get up, wake up, and get up. It's a wonderful, great day. And guess what? It's a good day to laugh. My highly esteemed guest, is none other than Christy B. You go by Christy B, or do people call you by your whole name?
I don't think anybody knows my whole name.
I had to look it up.
It's just-
Christy Barnett Barrick?
That's
Is that it? But you're Christy B Comedy.
Christy B Comedy. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so happy to have you on the show today.
I am so glad to be here. Good morning.
Good morning. This is wonderful. You just opened up a comedy club
I did. this
here in
weekend.
Flagler County.
Yep.
How cool is that?
It is the most exciting thing business-wise I've ever done, and also the scariest thing I've ever done. So
Well, hopefully it's the funniest thing
It's-
that you've
well,
ever done, right?
it may be.
It may
By
be.
the end of it, it may be funny.
Yeah. So let's talk about how you got started. How long you been in Flagler County?
I have been in Flagler County for 15 years. This summer will be 15 years.
And you and I have that same timeline.
Yep.
This is my
was,
15th year.
2009, I guess.
Yep.
Is that 15 years?
That's
Terrible.
15 years. Yep.
2009, I moved down here with my family, and it wasn't long after that, went through a divorce. So I was a single mom with 3 children. And when I was going through my divorce, it was a scary time in my life. My kids were very young, and I needed to do something. Like, comedy was always a passion of mine. I used to go to comedy clubs by myself. Like, there was one, I lived in Georgia for 15 years before I moved here. So there was a comedy club, the Punchline, and I would walk in there by myself after, a shift at work, and just enjoy stand-up comedy. So it was always on my bucket list to do stand-up. Did I know it was going to take me to this moment here? I didn't, but here I am.
So that's how you kind of got involved.
Yeah.
I mean, you needed to laugh. I mean, being a single mom with 3
I
kids,
did.
it was either laugh or cry. And you chose to laugh, apparently.
I chose to laugh and make some horrible situation lighten it up. I didn't talk about my divorce or my ex or anything like that. I wanted to talk about jokes that were relatable to other women, couples, and things like that. So when I first got up, I literally just was going to do 4 minutes. I was going to check that off my bucket list
And say, I did
and
it.
say,
That was
you
it.
know, I did it because it was, to me, it was the scariest thing I could have ever done, to get in front of people with a microphone and try to make them laugh. People can be funny in person,
That's
but you
true.
put them on stage with a microphone, it's
It's
the
not the same
hardest
thing.
thing to do. It is so difficult. But when I was up there and I got that first laugh, right when they were supposed to laugh, it was the most incredible feeling.
Really.
And I loved it. And I was like, I could not wait to do it again. I did it again a couple months later and I completely bombed.
Uh-oh.
And I didn't get up on stage for about another year.
Really.
Yep. And then once I did it again, the story keeps writing
And
itself.
just keep going and keep going. So you did that for a little bit, traveling around, I'm sure. And I know you've brought different comedy shows here to Flagler
Right.
County.
I immediately started producing shows here in Flagler County. And I mean, I couldn't even tell you, from here to Tennessee, I've produced comedy shows in over 75 different venues.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot through, had a 5-year run with Breakaways at the beach.
Yep.
In Ormond, 31 Supper Club. Excuse me. I was there for 5 years. Beachfront Grill.
Yep.
My goodness, so sorry. Most recently, Craves. I had a show just last week at Craves in Flagler Beach. So I still go to different places and produce shows. And even owning my own club now, I still want to do that. If there's venues out there that want to produce a comedy show at their restaurant, I can book the talent for them to bring and have a good comedy show. You can't have too much comedy, you know?
That's true. Mark, I'm just going to pause right here so she can clear her throat.
Yeah, it's down too. Let me clear my throat.
Let me clear my throat. Oh, my husband going to be like, you don't even know
You
that
didn't
song.
say that. Neither do
You
I.
little Christian girl. I can hear my husband right now. What are you trying to be? You better come out with something else. You better start singing Yolanda Adams or something. Better get a hymn. Better start
We
singing
can
How
sing-
Great
we-
Thou Art.
We can start. Well,
I
you don't
mean-
want me singing, especially
Oh,
whatever.
they don't want me singing anyway. Okay,
Yeah,
you
you
ready?
lose some audience then.
So now here you are. We're in 2024, and you opened your own comedy club.
Unbelievable.
That is cool.
That's
So where is
unbelievable.
it located? Because I know everybody's like, comedy club,
It's
Flagler?
in Palm Coast, City Marketplace, 160 Cypress Point Parkway. It's Unit A110. On social media, you can look up Christy B Comedy Club. I want the nickname. I want everybody to call it the club.
The
you
club.
know?
Okay. So we'll hashtag the club.
Hashtag the club in Palm Coast. I don't know. Like, it all happened so fast. I'm still trying to catch up.
So how was this born? I mean, it wasn't just from you being on stage, because a lot of people still continue to do that. Produce shows, go to different venues and things like that.
Yep.
This is different.
so
Having a
different.
comedy club is not the same thing as getting up on stage.
No.
This is all on you.
It is all on me. That's the scary part. But
Were you sitting at home one day and said, I'm opening a comedy club?
No.
Or did a bunch of people get together? Because here's the other thing. You don't get a bunch of friends, a bunch of followers, say, this is a great idea. You do it. And you go out there and you turn around, they're gone.
yeah, well, I'm in this on my own.
Okay.
So I don't have a business partner as far as the club is concerned. And it me going out and producing shows in so many different venues for over a decade now in this county. So there was a guy that owns a comedy club in New Smyrna Beach, Adam Lowry. His club is called Madcaps. So a year ago, he opened up a comedy club that I just took over. He I'm not trying to. I'm not talking bad. I'm stating the facts
State
right
the
now.
fact.
He didn't invest any time. He doesn't live here.
Right.
It wasn't his community. To be honest, the reason that he chose Palm Coast is because he saw what I was doing, and we're friends. And
Right.
he saw what I was doing, and that I was having sold out shows in all these other venues. So he thought it would be a great idea to open up the club. And after several months, he I guess he felt it was actually should have always been me. but I felt I had lost the desire to own my own club. I don't know if I was just too scared, if I didn't think that I would be capable of it. But when he offered for me to move in and take over the club as my own, the first thing I said was, absolutely not. I don't want to own my own business. And then 2 days later, I was like, let's talk. So it was already an established club, but I went in and made the changes.
Here?
And yeah, I know. And nobody knew
didn't
about
even-
it. No
we
offense
had-
to him, but no one knew.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm thinking this is like a whole new thing.
No, there was a comedy club there for a year. And I'm just, so yeah, I know.
Yeah, okay.
So, but that wasn't, it's not his hometown. Like,
Right,
he's
he
got
didn't
the
know
club
anyone.
in
And
New
you, I
Smyrna.
mean, you have people that know you,
Yeah.
that adore you, and they've come to your shows, and it's kind of been
Yes.
sold out. So,
I
and a lot of
hope
people
so.
have been looking forward to this instead of traveling to places like Jacksonville or Orlando or something along those lines.
Well, I will tell you that one of the reasons that I started producing comedy shows in this area is just for the reason that you just described. I love comedy, and I don't want to drive to St. Augustine or Daytona or Orlando. I didn't want to drive there to enjoy these shows. I mean, I live here, and no one was doing comedy here, and I was like, I want to bring comedy here so everybody can enjoy. And so that's selfishly, I did it because I want to be in a room full of people laughing.
This
and
is
I
kind
had
of
to
like a
create
big
it
city
myself.
idea. When I think of a comedy club, I'm thinking like a big city idea. This
Yes.
is a little city. I mean,
It's a
okay, I
little-
shouldn't say that because, the mayor of Palm Coast goes like, this is a big city, but
It's a big little city.
it's a big little city. There it is. It's a big little city. And here we are, have a comedy club. That's
Yeah,
kind of cool.
We've got our own comedy club.
Man, I was telling my husband the other day, I was like, man, we got date night at the comedy club now.
That's
I'm
great.
looking forward
Yes.
to date night.
It's a great date night for people. And I don't have food, but you can have dinner before and come to a show. I've got Jimmy J.J. Walker coming.
Oh,
in,
wow.
yes,
When?
Father's Day weekend.
Uh-oh, writing that down. Get my tickets.
Yes, and he is a legend in comedy. I'll be honest, it's a small club. I can only seat, well, according to,
The fire marshal.
yeah.
Let's
Let's
get
just
correct.
say less than 50, around 50-ish.
Okay.
That is so it's a small club.
Right.
But big laughs. I know there's big laughs all weekend long. We've had a great weekend, great opening. So it's going to be great. I won't be able to bring in big names because it is a small
It is a
club.
small club.
They're not. I'm not that.
But that's okay. We have other venues in the area, and
Yeah.
your club will be established, and then I'm sure you'll do some other things. We'll talk about that when we come back. Don't go anywhere. Don't touch that dial. You are listening to Today with Pastor Jay. Ready? Give me one of my little laugh things.
What is happening in my
Probably pollen. Welcome back. You're listening today with Pastor Jay, and oh my goodness, I'm with the Queen of Comedy, Christy B, here in Flagler County. She opened up a comedy club, and only 50 people at a time can fit in there. Well, actually, it's only 48 people can fit in there because 2 seats are already reserved for myself and my husband for date night. So the rest of you are going to have to fight over the other 48 seats and things like that. And you need to eat beforehand, which is great.
Yep.
I'm going to tell you that's great because when you start getting into food and stuff like that,
Yeah.
that's a whole, and you don't want to serve food to people like me because the food's probably not going to be right anyway, and I'm going to have to send it back. And you don't want to deal
I
with it.
don't want to be dealing with
You
that.
don't want to be dealing with that.
That's
It's challenging.
It is. That's been the greatest thing about going to other venues, restaurants that
Yes.
have they're in charge of the food. I'm in charge of the entertainment, and everything worked out. But I will have beer and wine at my
Ooh.
club. So I do have beer
That
and wine.
means
so-
things are going to be funnier.
Yes, everything's funnier with a glass of wine.
Everything is funny. I
So-
wonder if you could do a food truck outside. I mean, just
Listen.
little ideas. Look, don't ask me. I'll come up with 1,001 ideas.
We have already discussed it with the mayor. He's looking into
We're gonna
it.
put a
because-
tent up, do food
Yep,
truck
That's
outside.
exactly what I want
Uh-huh.
because we are in City Marketplace. There's nothing else open after 6 o'clock at City Marketplace other than Q Notes. billiards.
There used to be a couple of restaurants over there.
They are not open after 6 o'clock. Dominic's Deli is there.
They should open up, Dominic, if he was smart.
If he
He
was
c-
smart,
if he was,
he would.
I should say smarter. I'm
If-
not going to say he's dumb. If he
Yeah.
was smarter, he would have extended hours
He
on the days
could.
that the comedy club is open, offer discounts.
Yes, or maybe do
Uh,
some pre-made sandwiches or something where they can.
Yes,
I
'cause
want to
that
work with my
deli is
neighbors.
good.
It is great. Yeah, I've been over there working all week, all day. I think I've eaten there 3 times this past
Man,
week.
the
So,
food over there, don't even get me started.
Yeah.
On the Cuban, oh,
and it's great prices.
great prices, and it's
Yeah.
fresh. And look, I'm giving him a shout out. But yeah, if he was smarter, he would
Yeah.
have some extended hours on
On
maybe on the
Fridays and
weekends, on Friday and
Saturdays,
Saturday nights. I
yes.
would. I really and truly would.
Pre-order, pick up your sandwich and bring it over to the club and eat it before the show. I would love that.
Man,
Maybe we can
please.
work out a deal. We'll reach out to him.
Forget him. I'm thinking I'm coming with a little side hustle. Pastor need an extra couple of dollars around here because, I'm not TD Jakes and Joel Osteen. I actually work. Oh, nothing against him. I actually work. So who's the funniest person in your lifetime or before? You know what I mean? Do you have a favorite comedian? Think about that. Male and female. Who's favorite male and a favorite female or comedy show or something? Who inspired you?
My first inspiration was Rita Rudner.
Okay. That's a good one.
Yes, I saw her on the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. Probably at the age, I would think I was 14 years old, and she was elegant, and she was, she always wears dresses on stage. She's always been so classy. She's a clean comic, and just her style. When I saw her, I was like, I want to do that one day. I actually had the privilege of announcing her a couple of years ago on
Really?
stage at the Flagler Auditorium. Yes, Amelia Fuller gave me that opportunity. So I'll never forget that. That was like a true dream come true. I don't think Rita knew how much I
Right.
was more nervous to meet her. I've met a lot of celebrities, a lot of comedians and celebrities, but her, I was starstruck by her. So that was really great. So she's always been my favorite, and she was what inspired me to want to do stand-up one day. Although I was almost 40 years old when I did it,
Right.
at the age of 14, it was always a dream of mine. Ron White
Okay.
is also, I guess, one of my male favorites.
Okay.
I just like his style and his delivery.
I like him too.
I've liked him for a long time. I have got to see him a couple of times on stage, and Jerry Seinfeld.
Of course.
I've
You
got to see
some
him on
decent
stage
classics
as well.
in there.
Yeah. I'm old school. The
You're old
newer
school?
comics. I don't have any favorites. Nate
They need
Bargatze
Yeah.
is he's just huge right now, and I love the fact that he's clean also.
Right.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the clean and why is it that I'll be watching a comedy show or a movie or something. Next thing I know, there's a bunch of profanity in there.
Yeah.
It is not necessary.
Some of it is not necessary. A lot of it isn't. But I will tell you, as a comedian, it's so much harder to write clean.
Is it?
It just is. It just is. I hate to admit that, but I mean, I don't cuss during my shows.
Right.
But it is adult content when I'm performing. And
I can
late shows
imagine
will
it's
get
a little
maybe
challenging.
a little bit more dirty, but I am working on more clean material. I do want to have, I will have some clean shows, and I will have some shows that you can bring your families to. I will have
Right.
I've got a comedy magician that's really great and is great with all ages. So I want this to be something where you can bring your kids and have a good time. I want
Right.
them to be like, oh, mom and dad's taking me to the
Well,
comedy
not
club.
just that. You would think that comedy is a dying art. You don't see a lot of it as much as you used to years ago, right? So you'll be able to inspire other
Yeah.
young girls that's going to be coming up, talking
Yeah.
about, I want to grow up and be Christy B.
Oh, nobody wants to do that.
I can see him right now standing in the kitchen. I want to be Christy B. Come over here and sit down. Let me tell you this joke. You
Yes.
just never know. You can inspire. And let's talk about being a woman in this industry. So we have female-owned business, female comedian. I mean, and I would say almost every area is male-dominated in a way.
Well,
when you look at the pay structure, oftentimes the men are getting more money, and they're supposedly funnier. What do you have to say? I mean, what's so funny about washing dishes? I mean, this is what I've heard people say, like, that's nothing funny about that. And the only thing you can talk about is your husband and his dirty underwear. I mean, but there are and kids, but there are so many other things that we have to deal with.
Yes.
We need to do a show on a menopause for real. Because
Well,
I want to
listen,
know who invited menopause to the game, to the show.
menopause. too.
Menopause. Who invited her?
I don't know, and that story is starting to write itself for
It's
me
starting to
right
write
now.
itself?
I'm
Yeah,
like,
who
Yeah.
invited?
I don't know. I'm waiting on my first hot flash. There's
You
a
waiting
couple of
for
times.
her?
I'm waiting on it.
Child,
I'm waiting
please.
on it.
My
I'm like,
husband's amazing. I've been having them. Let me tell you, my husband's amazing. Let me tell you what he told me. I was having a hot flash. He said, I love you with your hot flashes. I'm hot for your hot flashes.
lovely.
He is
You better say that.
well, he already know his life depends on it, but he don't say anything because he probably sitting over in the corner scared.
Right.
My husband's amazing, but yeah, he's like, I'm hot for your flashes. I'm like, yeah, okay, dude. Yeah, okay.
Shut up. You're like,
I'm like, all right. But when you think about the stuff that women have to go through, we have to laugh at it because otherwise we'd cry.
well, I do. That's
know,
where I'm at right now.
It's a whole different thing when you think about childbirth and going to the hospital. Those things are funny and appealing to us. And I think it gives men, and not that that's all you talk about, because I know you talk about other things, but it gives men an opportunity to kind of glean our perspective. Right? Especially in the workforce.
Well, I don't want to say or pinpoint on a woman in a male-dominated industry as far as comedy is concerned.
Okay,
and
come on
especially-
now.
But I am a woman in a male-dominated, and I own my own club. So
Yes, you do.
I'll pat myself on the back for that.
You should.
It's been a long journey, and I deserve this right now.
You
so.
deserve it. All right, we're going to take another break. Don't go anywhere. Don't touch that dial. You're listening to Today with Pastor J. Oh, not a whole lot of time.
How many?
So 3. See,
Oh
it
my
goes by
gosh, that was
fast.
so quick.
That's what I tell you. Especially, it's
happened?
fun when you have it. Look, it's a good time you're having fun. I do have a couple of things I want to ask. Where's Reese's stuff? Okay. I forgot what I was gonna say. Okay, let's go back in with a laugh real quick. Yeah, we'll do the other one. Want to give the thank you. Blah, blah. Let's do that again. Okay, you ready? Want to give a thank you and a shout out to Steve Verrier, thefloridamortgagecenter.com. No joking at all. He can get you done. If you want to buy a house or refinance or whatever, you call Steve Verrier and tell him that Pastor Jay sent you. And we'll give a shout out also to Church on the Rock. Listen, laughter is as good as medicine. At least that's what the Word of God says. So thank you to Church on the Rock for sponsoring Today with Pastor Jay. Clean comedy. And of course, you'll have some adult content and it's fun, but it's something for everyone. 48 people. I'm still saying 48 people because 2 seats are already reserved for my husband and myself. Are you going to be taking reservations or it's going to be first come first?
And yeah, all tickets are purchased online right now.
So how do they purchase the tickets online?
Go to ChristyBComedy.com. You can go to my website or Facebook, Christy B Comedy, the club.
Right.
And that's basically it. Right. Eventbrite. I don't know which ticketing app I'm going to use. I'm right in the middle of getting this open. So just go to my website
it's
or
50
Facebook.
tickets, and I just pray blessings upon you that you're going to have sold out after sold out after sold out event in Jesus' name, and that you're going to be trying to figure out where you're going to go and how you're going to expand. And it's going to be so beneficial to the community, and it's going to be uplifting. It's going to be great for marriages and for people to connect. They're going to have their first date at your club. I mean, I'm just speaking into you right now and just believing that's how it's going to happen.
Thank you.
And it's something that's going to be great for the community, and everybody's going to be like, Christy B did that. And when I grow up, I want to be like Christy B.
Well, we better stop saying that. There'll be a lot of Christy B's around here.
It's going to be a lot
crazy.
of Christy
It'll
B's.
be
It's going to be great for the community. It's going to be great for, just when you think about people have been dealing with mental health issues and stuff like that in the past, and suicide, and we need something like this.
You
We need
do.
to let off the steam and to
Whatever
laugh.
whatever you're going through, you come to a comedy show. It's just very ironic how for 90 minutes you forget about
It's a
anything that's
90-minute
bothering
show.
you. 90
And what's
minute
the
show.
average cost?
$20 to $25.
$20 to $25. So I'm going to ask 50 people right now to sew $50. You don't even have to attend a show. Just say, I want to support you and make sure you make ends meet. And I'm going to be
Thank
the
you.
first to give you $50.
Oh
I'm
my
going to write you a
gosh,
check
thank
before I leave.
you.
Because I just believe in sewing into your business. I
Thank
know how
you.
challenging it is to be, to start out a new business. You know, it's a lot of expenses.
It's a lot more than I
A lot of study
thought.
things that you don't think about. So,
Yes.
I just want you to know I love you and I appreciate you.
Thank
And there's not a
you. I
thing you
love
can do
you.
about it.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's
I
talk
love
about
you
where
so
it is
much.
again.
Thank you for having me here
Let's
today.
give the hours and your location one more time.
Okay, Christy B Comedy Club, 160 Cypress Point Parkway at City Marketplace. Showtimes as of now are Fridays and Saturdays at 6:30 for the early birds and 9 o'clock for the night owls.
All right. Well, I will see you tomorrow night because I'm
I'll
coming to
see you
your show tomorrow night.
Thank you, Pastor
All right,
Jay.
no worries. You take care. All right, guys, you know what I say? Yesterday's gone. Tomorrow's not promised. What are you going to do today? You're going to laugh your way all the way to getting a ticket for Christy B. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. We could have. We'll have her back. All right. Talk to you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye. All right.